So it's African American Heritage Month, or it's like we used to call it when I was a kid, Black History Month. And I was really intrigued by this idea of inspiration through narrative. Inspiration through narrative. Let's think about that a bit. My high school yearbook quote was, if I remember correctly, it was Toni Morrison's quote, and it was, "She had nothing to fall back on. Not maleness, not whiteness, not ladyhood. And out of the profound desolation of her own reality, she may well have invented herself." I'm going to repeat that. She had nothing to fall back on. Not maleness, not whiteness, not ladyhood. And out of the profound desolation of her own reality, she may well have invented herself. I was very intrigued with the idea of self-invention, because people always say, be yourself. You know, and it sounds so easy, be yourself. But what does that mean? And which self are you supposed to be? Because we have many different selves that we are to other people, and we have many different selves sometimes that we are to ourselves. So the idea of, being yourself, I wasn't quite sure what that meant. We look at each other with these preconceived notions and have narratives that we imprint on other people too. We look around and we say, ooh, okay, white woman, I know what that's about. Or, black woman with dreads, okay, I know the narrative for her. Or, brother with a fro, okay, I've got a narrative for him. And, sister with relaxed hair, okay, I have a whole narrative for her. But these are only surface narratives. Let's look at the stories maybe a little bit deeper. For better or worse, we're all very invested in our own personal histories. And this is why I really like it that we're calling it now Black Heritage Month versus maybe Black History Month. And it was very empowering to hear, the young woman sing, lift every voice and sing, and see those images that were playing. And we absolutely must never forget, and we absolutely must stand on the strength of our cultural history. But in terms of our personal histories, we can't cloak ourselves in a victimhood. The reason I'm talking about this is because we're talking about narrative and storytelling, and I'm talking about building our own personal narratives, inventing ourselves. And so often we cloak ourselves in these labels, and we wear them righteously, whether it's cancer survivor or incest survivor or abuse survivor, things that obviously have a great deal of pain associated with them. But when we cloak ourselves in this sort of victimhood, it's really difficult to be able to move forward. So this is why I'm talking about a sense of self-reinvention. Now, this is very controversial, actually, and you may be like, well, Abiola, what does that mean? It means that whatever we blame, we empower. If someone else or some other entity or corporation or government or parent or whatever it is responsible in the way that we tell our stories to ourselves, is responsible for who we are and the state that we're in, then only something else or someone else can move us past that state. And that's a really, really difficult and dangerous place to put ourselves. We can't leap into the future and move forward if we remain wrapped in some sort of sense of the past.